everyone, welcome to this Minecraft 1.18 Let's Play from the Obsidian Order. Hope you're alright, guys. I hope you're alright. Today we're going to make a big and easy to make flower farm. Yeah, but we're actually here in spawn. To begin with, I'm just placing some of these fellas out. I don't know what it looks like, to be honest. I mean, they do add a point of entry. It would be cool if we could make them taller, right? And I thought you could just plonk them on top of each other like this. Oh, and you can. Okay, cool. We're gonna do that then. We're gonna try and create like a. I don't know if I've showed this on my video. I've expanded the towers that I've shown, and I've also decorated them with leaves and windows and whatnots and things like that. And I've added moss around here as well a little bit, but it's too green and cuddly and cozified, so we're gonna try and add some more variation to it, right? And I think we're gonna bring in the coarse dirt and maybe the podzol in here as well later on. I'm just working on this sort of stuff off camera a little bit. The starter house, you know, it's not massively important later on in the season, although it is still important because, you know, a lot of stuff is going to take place around this area in spawn. And actually, speaking of that, I'm actually on my way to a meeting with all the other Obsidian Order members, where we're going to discuss what we're going to do with this town. So, I'll be back after the meeting, and yeah, we'll see how much I can tell you, but probably it's something, right?
Vid! Hey, Vid! Vid!
Oh, hey, Squid. How you doing?
Hey. Well, I'm doing pretty good. I just want to let you know I'm not going to be able to make it to the meeting, so I wanted to run something by you.
Oh no. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Well, you know how I've been trying to get the village to be called Cranky Town, right? Well, come to
Yes.
find out, only way to do this is to get the mayor to change it, okay?
Yeah.
See where I'm going? You see where I'm
quite,
going?
Not quite.
Yeah.
Go
They're
on.
opening up elections at the meeting. And
I know, yeah.
A little bird told me that you were interested in running?
Yes, I might be, yeah.
Well, you totally have my vote if you could get that done for me.
Oh, okay. So you're proposing a deal. You're basically selling your vote.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I mean, I can go for that, yeah. I mean, we can call it Cranky Town.
Yes.
If you vote for me.
10-4, will do. You got my vote.
Okay, just remember to do it then, all right?
Yes, sir. You're the best, Vid. Thank you.
All right, bye. Well, what can I say? That was an odd meeting. That was an odd meeting indeed. If you want to see what transpired during the meeting, you should go and check out Mantis' video. It'll be out in around these days around here. But I can tell you some things. And those things are that we, of course, are going to keep this village. The villagers have contacted us and they want us to actually keep expanding their village. And yeah, we're gonna do that, of course. But yeah, go and check out Mantis' video if you want to know more. Alright, big things are afoot. And yeah, we have Adela's house here and Dom's house there. Our house is sort of that way in the, you can see Sunfire's house and Mantis' house, and our house is sort of there in the hole back here, right? And actually, if we go this way, you can see there's a house up here. And this is Adela's new shop. This up here is going to be our shopping district. And so I thought we'd check it out. And yeah, look at this. We have had landscaping fingers in this area. I think this is Mad Dog's doing. He's great at landscaping. And as you can see here, we have, yeah, Modern Oasis and Ski Lodge, Shopping District, Spawn Village. Stalls? Okay. Who stalls? You would think she would be selling sort of the amethyst blocks or something like that, but no. Look here. Look here. We have souls for sale. And look at that. A piece of coal is my soul, according to Adela. That is outrageous, guys. That is outrageous. In some ways, anyway. But you know what? It is, as I always say, you don't have to be nice to be good. That is what I always say. And you know, I'm gonna go for the position of mayor in this town. That is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start the Explorers Guild, and we're gonna start a Fighters Guild as well, or a Warriors Guild. Yeah. And I'm gonna go for the position of mayor, and that is because I feel like we need to be nicer to each other around the server here, right? We don't need to charge everybody diamonds. We can give things away for free. We can do each other favors. I want everybody that is on here, really, to just feel included and safe and have a good time. So that is why I'm going for mayor. And, you know, remember the slogan. I don't kid. I vote for Vid. Yeah. I don't kid. I vote for Vid. That is amazing. But yes, Flower Farm. I made a little map when I was out there last episode, and I built a little platform, and this is going to be the size of our farm. And you know, it's quite far away. It's like a couple of thousand blocks away, and we are, you know, not in possession of shulker boxes and things like that. So we have to be super careful so that we bring everything out. And I have really thought this through, and I am convinced I have everything. So 14 repeaters, 2 sticky pistons, 7 pieces of glass and 7 slime blocks. And slime, by the way, is something we need to look into soon. 8 barrels, 30 hoppers, 8 dispensers, 15 redstone blocks, 2 droppers, 8 observers, flint and steel, and obsidian, so we can make a portal back. Jack-o'-lanterns, 28 of them, 2 iron trapdoors, and as many bone blocks as I can carry. Plus, we need at least 7 stacks of leaves, some stacks of a block of choice, we need some cobblestone and some chests. And I've thought this through and through and through, and I think we have everything, right? I think we have everything. But you know how it is, of course. We'll see. We'll see. But at least if we can set up a portal, then it won't be so bad, right? And you know where this is. This is far away. Ooh, I need a bed as well. I need a bed as well. See, there's always something. We might as well bring some blocks as well. Oh, well, I have blocks. That's alright. Alright. And yeah, I came, and also we need to make sure we have our ender chest with us. Yeah, I came to the conclusion that I couldn't actually carry everything in my normal inventory, so that's why we now have 2 ender chests, which, you know, to be fair, is a very good idea anyway. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, you know what, guys? I'm just gonna head out there, and I'll meet you out at the location of the flower farm. So, here are some quick facts about flower forests for you guys, and flower farms. Now, the flowers that you see here initially, right? The pre-generated flowers, they are not necessarily the flowers that you're going to get when you bone meal the area later. So the way to figure that out is to get rid of all the flowers and then bone meal everything and see what you get. The flower forest is special in that sense that once a flower has grown somewhere due to bone mealing, the same flower will always grow in that spot unless grass grows instead. So you can foresee exactly what sort of flowers you're going to get in your farm. A flower forest or a flower farm, rather, can be built at any Y level. So you can dig down and build it underground, that's fine. You can build it up at build limit, that's fine too. Or you can do a little platform like this, like we have here. That's also fine. Yes. Alright, so to start this, oh my gosh, they're just, I typed the coordinates in and they're just going off of, on one about it. Squid is impossible man, but he will vote for me, so that's good. To start this farm off, you need to have a 7 wide space anyway, and it can be however long you want it to be. And you need to go up 4 blocks from your platform, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is where your grass is going to start, okay? And then it can go on for however long you want it to go on. And yeah, like this, right? And you fill all of it in. The thing with grass and bone meal and things like that is that you can bone meal a 7x7 area with a dispenser, which I now have in my ender chest. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So what we want to do in this farm though anyway is we want to go 3 blocks and then have a dispenser under here. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and a dispenser here. So then in between them is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, right? And I know they overlap probably by 1 or something like that. That's fine. We don't care about that. And underneath, let's see, let's be a classical Minecrafty here and make stone bricks out of these. Underneath these, right? You want to have the dispenser on that block, but you want to have a block underneath that as well. And you also want to have a block next to it like that. So next to every hole, we do this. Basically. And then we continue this. And I think in this case, we're going to have 8 dispensers, right? So it's going to be a fairly long farm. I hope it's 8. But as I go here, I'm going to have to get more and more grass. Because of course I don't have much. And my shovel is running out, but I have another one in my ender chest. So then you place dispensers here. And then you can replace the grass again, right? Although I'm not going to actually do that. I want to know where my dispensers are while I build it here. But later on you can do that. And then of course it's going to be bone mealed. And then we're going to have a flying machine that goes back and forth here. But we'll get back to that in a minute. There are some pillagers nearby. Well, you don't have a flag, so I can just kill you, mate. You didn't think that through. And yes, we have fire tick off on this server, so we're alright. So I had to move the platform 1 block that way and 1 block, extend it 1 block that way. Yeah, because if you try something in a creative world with the same seed, and then also the flowers will be the same in your survival world. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dispensers and nothing else in this case. But like I said, you can make it however long or short you want. It's fine. So now we can go in and put these blocks in place here. What we're going to do is we're going to let the flying machine control these dispensers. So whenever the flying machine goes to that way or that way, to the far end of the farm, that'll trigger some bone meal to be dispensed out. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Pretty nifty. And yeah, I will show you most of the technical details here, just because I think it might be interesting for you to see, even though of course there are tutorials about this sort of stuff and stuff like that. But interesting to see how it's done in survival, isn't it? That's that. Now let's see about powering this redstone, right? So in general, or let's powering these dispensers with redstone. In general, the signal is going to come from the flying machine that is going to be up here, this way, and then we're going to go this way in a long row, right? And that's going to power the dispensers one way, but not the other way. And that's why we also have this here, because on one side, which is probably going to be this side over here actually, but that's subject to change. We can remove these blocks. Then we're going to instead power this block. So like this, right? And so the redstone signal is going to come like this. And then go over here. Like that. And now, if we put some redstone here and some redstone on there, they're going to connect. So to avoid that, we also need a row of blocks here, just to cut off the connection between the two. Otherwise, we're going to create some sort of loop or clock or something like that. Alright, so that's the build-up for the redstone. Let me just go and get my redstone, and we can have a look at how to actually do it. Because it's super simple. So we'll start with the simple things, and we'll go to the little trickier ones in a minute. And yeah, let's say that we start with this one here. The signal is going to come in here, like that. And then after the block, that's going to power the block, which will fire the dispenser. After the block, we need a repeater. And then we just go through here. Make sure that there's redstone on every block. Like that, repeater. And then we'll just repeat this all the way. You know what? We can actually do with the row blocks here as well, so we don't have to jump, right? These are just convenience blocks. You don't actually need these for the build. There we have that side, and then on the other side it's pretty much the same thing. So the redstone signal is going to come here, and then we start with the repeaters here. And there we go. Not so hard. And you can see that I have 2 repeaters left here. That's because we're going to have 2 repeaters for the flying machine as well. So we better hold on to those. Alright, so let's try this flying machine malarkey out. I'm not sure we're going to manage to build this correctly the first time, but we will try. So behind the farm here, we're going to have a block of air and then some leaves here. And we want the flying machine to come out to this block, I think. So this is where we're going to start, well, actually to this block. This is where we're going to start building the flying machine itself. And the flying machine needs to be a little bit above the ground here, right? So we need to go up maybe 3 blocks and place a block of obsidian on there. And then we need to place a lever. We need some levers here on the obsidian. We need to place a repeater. Let's see, we need to get up here. We need to place an observer, is what I'm trying to say. And I think if we stand this way, it'll be the right way around. Because the observer needs to have its face this way, right? So the face is facing the farm, it's observing the farm. And then we need to have a piece of redstone here, right? And a repeater also facing the farm. And the repeater needs to be on 2 ticks. Then we come down a block here and we take our trapdoor and we face it into the repeater like that. So then we can turn this, of course, on and off. Right, like that. Let's leave it like that for now. Okay, so then we need to build the flying machine itself. And so what that means is that 1 block below here, we can go up some blocks here, and then we need a sticky piston facing that way. We need a slime block on that sticky piston. We need another sticky piston facing the other way, and a slime block on that sticky piston, right? And finally, we need an observer on this slime block facing the other way though. Let's go downstairs here and see if we can't faff it in like that. And like that. And then we can remove this slime block. Ow. And we can remove that slime block. Okay, so this should be the flying machine in principle. But we need another station as well. Oh, wait a minute though. I want to turn this around, I think. Let's just rebuild it quickly. The reason for that is just because I want the observers to sort of well, I'll explain when I built it instead. How's that? It's hard to explain at the moment. Okay, there we go. So I want this side's observer here to be nearest this observer, nearer and then that observer. So then when we build the other station over there, we need to have the obsidian on this block instead, right? We need to build that station as well, actually, otherwise the flying machine will just disappear into the distance. So let me set that up quickly. So this station actually needs to be moved one step towards this, so that there's 2 blocks, and then on the second block the observer rests, right? Because the flying machine was going a little far off the rails. So I'm rebuilding this quickly here. The other thing I did was I put the rest of the slime on and glass blocks down there, because the glass blocks will be dragged along by the slime, but they won't stick to the grass. So if we start this up again here now, you can see that it's actually acting like a sort of a scoop that will push things in front of it, and then it'll push it down into the gap that we're going to create here as well. And yes. So we're getting there for sure. I just want to see that this now goes. Yes. So on the side that is nearest the turning station, the blocks need to come out over what is going to be the gap. And on the other side, they'll stop right next to it, right? So this is now all right. So now we can go backwards and forwards here if these levers are both so that the trapdoor is facing downwards. So that's the flying machine taken care of. Next step, I think, is to leave the whole thing in. No, actually, the next step is to connect the flying machine to the previous redstone we did. Let's try and do that in a cheap and reliable way. Yeah, how's that? So to do that, you can just, I guess, do a redstone thing down here. But what we want to do is we want to actually listen to the observer block from the underside as well. Here, and then we can place a dropper and then another observer block. And that will update this here. So if we go with a block here, actually it should be stone brick, shouldn't it? In keeping with our tradition here that we've just created. Stone brick like that. And then it'll tie up here nicely with this. We need some redstone though. Let's go and get some more dust. Alright, so dust, dust, and dust. And then we need to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I think if we turn this on both sides, we should be able to see it go back and forth, and we should be able to see the dispensers firing as well, although they don't have anything in them yet. I put a dispenser in there, hopefully that'll come out. No? Okay, something is wrong. Oh, I know exactly what's wrong now that I think about it. Let's redo this thing again. To remove these blocks here. We actually need to have an air block underneath this thing here. And then have the observer. And then have the dropper. And then have the observer. So our signal will come down here. And then we have to just step up here on this side instead, right? And the very last thing is to remove this and then put a piece of redstone on top of it like that. Yeah. Alright. We'll fix that up on the other side as well quickly. Hey, you saw the redstone signal fire there. There we go, it popped out. Okay, when it comes here next, we'll turn it off. And then we can start with the leafage, actually. Leaves is an interesting block, right? Because they don't get stuck on pistons, or sorry, on slime blocks. So they won't be moved by the flying machine. And so we're going to have leaves, of course, to surround the farm so that things don't spill ever which way. And we're going to have, let's see here, we're going to have leaf here. So you see how I go down a block here now? That's because I want to have this little drop here, so we can collect our stuff. Thank you, it's silence. Yeah, so we want to have those leaves here, and then we want to have a gap here, because we want things to fall down here. So we basically want the chests to be here, and a hopper to go into them like that. Alright. So then, of course, we're going to have water down here. So we want to enclose this all. Like that. And like that. All right. And we need the same exact thing on the other side. And in my case anyway, I would like the drops to end up on the same side on both sides. So we'll have the hopper on the same block here as well. Let's just remove this before we forget. And replace that. And remove this. And replace that. Now we need a sign on this block as well, but we'll do that when the flying machine isn't here. On the leaf block here, just to prevent the water from going all the way to the hopper. So let's do this on the other side as well. Now I said before we needed 7 stacks of leaves. That's quite a lot of leaves. But we want to enclose the entire farm 2 high at least. So just pick it up here and then go all the way along, and we want to go 2 blocks up like that in the end. Alright, I have leaves to spare, so I'll just fill in the corners here as well, just for looks. And yeah, we have a nice hedge around our farm here now. And as you can see, the observer sort of rests on top of the leaf blocks there, which is nice. Alright, well, we're nearing completion here actually. What we need to do now is we need to remove this for sure. Is we need to fill in these. Oh my gosh. I put them away. Yeah, so we need to fill in the blanks here under the dispensers. That's for sure. We need to add some lighting up here so that the farm works at night as well. Or if you build it underground, for sure, you need to do that. And, well, there are some other little bits and bobs. Now, when you add lighting here, make sure that you are not interfering with the observers here, right? So you need to leave this be on this height here. So just, yeah, you know, as far as you can go towards the hopper there, and then put water in here. Yeah. So the drops will drop off here and then end up in the hopper. Should be fine. Should be fine. And it's off. Alright. Nice. Dirt pick-upable here. You can just chuck bone meal in the dispensers as if nothing happened, just like in there. But I want to be a little bit fancier and put the dispensers, not dispensers, put barrels over here and then lead hoppers into them so we can have lots and lots of bone meal in here. So we can run the farm for a long while, right? And this is completely optional, of course. And I think the farm is done. All we need to do now is we need to fill our inventory with bone meal and plonk it in. And I don't think I have enough bone meal to fill our system here, but we have 1 stack of bone blocks in each of these, right? I think we're ready to try the farm out. For real this time. And we should have some drops and everything coming in here. See, they're getting pushed. And then it fired again on the way back, and it's now starting to push these. There we go. There we have it, guys. Yeah, I'm super pleased. Get the loots. And let's just make sure that we get all the types of flowers that we can. Barring Lily of the Valley, that I know, unfortunately, we can't get here in this place. Not at all in this flower forest, I'm afraid. And yes, we get lots of seeds as well, of course. There we have it. 8 types of flowers. Cornflower for blue. Pink tulip for, I don't know, pink, I guess. Azure bluet for light grey. Red tulip for red. Oxide daisy for light grey. White tulip for light grey. Allium for magenta. And orange for tulip for orange. And actually, we want a lot of this light grey stuff, because we're going to use a lot of the light grey in our base. And of course, we want to have the flowers as well and be able to use those for things. So that will be good. I need to make some sort of ladders or something to get up here as well, and things like that. And then of course we can encase this in something. But we'll have to get back to that some other time. Well, I am super chuffed. We are one step closer to having lots of dyes and to opening our first shop, within quotation marks, on the server. And I hope you liked the video. And yeah, remember, vote for vid. Yeah, vote for vid. See you next time, guys. Bye!